In this video, we're going to be reviewing the Smith Wesson M&P AR-15 MOE, or the Magpul version of the Smith Wesson M&P model line. So one of the things we're going to do today is go through some of the basic features of the rifle, and then we're going to talk about some of the accuracy that I received out of the rifle as well. So when you look at the MOE model, you'll notice there's some differences out of this. Naturally, it's Magpul, so the first thing you'll notice is the furniture has been updated to the Magpul furniture, both the grips, the forend, the foregrip, as well as the rear buttstock. As well as it has the standard MOE backup sights, or M-bus backup sights that you would typically see in the sport models as well. So just looking at the rifle real quick, moving forward, some of the things you'll notice about it. First off, it is a mid-length gas system rifle, and there's some additional upgrades to this as well. So starting from the back forward, standard M&P. Moving forward, it's got the flared trigger well. I kept the stock trigger in the rifle. Just like the sport models, I just like the triggers. I like the triggers for these rifles. I think they're good. Can you get better performance, get better accuracy out of a match trigger? Of course, if you drop one in, but I just don't see the need to do that within this rifle. Moving forward, you'll also notice there is some additional cutting work done on the front of the mag well to give it that kind of unique look for Magpul, which is kind of cool. Moving forward onto the mid-length gas system, you'll notice that the A2 standard A2 front sights, they have also an upgraded flash suppressor on the front. Is that a big deal on an AR-15? Not really. A2 flash or suppressors are perfectly sufficient for an AR-15. There's just not that much recoil, but it is a nice addition to the rifle. The rifle also has a unique barrel. It is a 4150 5R group barrel that it comes in a 1-in-8 twist, which a lot of people really like. They claim that the 1-in-8 5R rifling is a more accurate rifle barrel for these rifles, and it is definitely an upgrade for the rifle. So the whole rifle itself comes in at about 6 3/4 pounds total weight. And one of the first things you'll notice also is that I made a couple additional upgrades to the rifle. So the first thing I did was I always put in, or try to put in many of these rifles, a QD plate in the back so I can do a single point mount. I also put in the Bravo Company extended charge handle. That way I can charge with one hand on the left hand while I'm holding to the right hand. It just makes it a lot easier to charge the full. And then of course I put a TLR 1S strobe light onto the rifle, which I really like in this configuration. Which brings us to two of the benefits to a mid-length over a carbine length rifle. So first off, when you look at a stock M&P sport model, so this is your typical carbine model. If you line them up, you're going to notice that the A2 front sight post on the mid-length is a little over 2 inches longer than the carbine length. And what this allows you to do when you look at them side by side is it gives you more of a front mount to mount these types of lights or other types of things you want to put onto the foregrip without having to lose your grip or move your grip too far back onto the actual stock. Many times when you see people shoot competition, they want to hold their hands as far forward as they can onto the barrel, and it's sometimes hard to do that with the carbine. Not to mention, if you did a vertical foregrip here, there's not a lot of room to mount a light here and have your grip far enough forward for some of these types of shooters. So the mid-length gas system does give you that advantage of having a longer forestock to be able to actually mount these types of lights in place. Other people also claim that there's a benefit to the mid-length system of it just being more reliable than the carbine length system as well. Not sure that's so much true anymore with the quality of the ARs that are coming out, but it's certainly an advantage that people would see within the system. So that's a basic overview of the actual rifle itself. And what I did today for the testing was, I tried to do this with all of my AR rifles, is I used the same optic. So I had a Nikon 3x9x40p 223 with a Wilson Combat quick disconnect onto the rifle when I did my shooting. So here are the results for the shooting that I did. First off, the first paper is all 55 grain, kind of lower grade for the most part ammunition. So no surprise here. Actually, I was expecting a little bit better groupings out of the lower grade ammunition, but the reality is higher grade ammunition gets higher grade performance when it comes to accuracy. I think people fixate a lot on whether the rifle's going to shoot inferior ammunition better, but the reality is it has a lot more to do with the ammunition than it does the rifle. And you can see here We have the PMC bronze had a large spread. American Eagle XM 855, which I just can't seem to get any accuracy out of many of my ARs that I fire with it as far as a precision round. American Eagle XM 193, this is some of the most common rounds you would see in a store and larger group. And then it started tightening up once I started getting into higher quality ammunition like the Spire Point Hornady 55 grain, and then the Norma USA TAC 223 match, which painted actually a pretty tight group there as well. Now, when I move to the more premium rounds, I'm going to get better results. So when you look at the results here, for example, the Fusion MSR 62 grain has shot about a 2 MOA on this group. Hornady Super Performance Match 75 grain, about a 1 3/4 MOA. Federal premiums, I shot both the 69 grain as well as the 77 grain, anywhere from about a 1 to 1.5 to 1 3/4. Was expecting a little bit better performance out of that, but it is what it is. And again, I could have just been off today. It's totally possible. The best group I fired out of all of them was the Hornady TAP, and this is the 55 grain Hornady loads. And ironically, this fired the best as well for the Sport 2 models. So even though they had different barrels, fired very close to this. Now, don't fixate on the actual numbers here. If I had a better optic, a better trigger, and other types of things, I'm sure I could shoot it down to a 1 MOA, and I'm sure that's the type of rifle it is. But I wanted to shoot it in a real environment with the actual trigger in it, with a standard 3x9x40, and these are the types of results that I received from the rifle. So that's basically an overview of the performance I received from the Magpul MOE. Is it a good rifle to shoot? Yes. However, there's a lot of competition coming online, especially in the mid-length series. Just recently, Springfield came out with the Saint, which is also a mid-length gas system. I know there are other manufacturers are making these now as well. That means that the value is higher here than there. I don't know. You be the judge. But they do have a lot of competition. What is out there today, and it's growing. It is still a good rifle. I do like shooting it. It is almost twice the price right now as listed as what you'll find with an M&P Sport. The question then for a lot of people in their minds is it twice the rifle for that value? And I'm sure you can get better deals around that. But the point is, it's got a lot of competition, including from Springfield themselves, coming out with really excellent rifles in the Sport 2 model series as well. So, but if you do value having a mid-length gas system where you can start, or if you need to mount your lighting and other things a lot forward, you want to be more forward in the hand grip and just have a little bit better barrel quality, it might be the rifle for you. It's an excellent option if you want to go that route. If you like our channel, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.